These are the great lessons that I've learned once reaching the highest states of a psychedelic experience. What I personally experienced was that I have everything inside of me to reach these states of mind without consuming substances. What made me realize this was practicing meditation while under the influence of a psychedelic like ayahuasca. Practicing meditation enabled me to notice the subtle shifts of the experience. And through that awareness, I was constantly able to take a step back instead of falling into the experience. That self awareness is what many people take these substances for, and it tends to take an entire journey for them to end up in a place where they are much more self-aware. But if you go through the experience of the journey in a self-aware state, it becomes apparent that what you're experiencing is something you're already all too familiar with. And I guess in a more broad sense, what this made me realize was that life itself is the greatest trip to be had. What we are experiencing under psychedelics is influenced largely by the experience that we are having as humans. So, through the lens of our own humanity, we observe a psychedelic experience and view that to be obviously very significant and profound, something that's maybe perhaps even otherworldly. But when we take a step back, it becomes apparent that our condition as humans is causing an influence as to what exactly we experience under these substances. It's my own personal opinion that in the case where we may be meeting various deities or entities in these experiences, that is a reflection of ourselves. This is my own personal opinion, but it's one that I've found resonates greatly within myself and with others. Other great philosophers, Carl Jung, for example, talks greatly about what dreams mean and how they are reflections of what we are experiencing inside of ourselves that we may not be consciously aware of on a day to day basis. So, with all this being said, it becomes apparent that life itself, this temporary experience that we are all so fortunate to have, is the trip to be had. It's the experience to be aware of, and that it is where the most profound realizations can come from the awareness of what we are experiencing right here in this moment. It's not necessarily always to consume a substance that causes great hallucination and intoxication. It's not necessarily always through forcing our brains to work in a way that they don't normally work through the use of chemical substances, which would then cause us, because things are just so wild, to take a step back and look at the grand picture, which is to say, yes, what I'm experiencing right now is wild, but what was happening before that is also pretty wild. Sometimes we don't get the perspective of what was happening before the psychedelic experience before we do take the psychedelic, right? But it's not necessarily the case that that's always required in order to reach that state of awareness. Through these practices, like meditation, we can access a state of higher consciousness, one in which we are aware of ourselves and of our world that we are both a part of and surrounded by. Through that awareness, we unlock the ability to move beyond ourselves, get past our egos, and see the world for what it is. Not to be blinded by the perceptions that we would like to have, or that from what we've heard about these experiences, what they mean. No, these practices can help you see things from an alternative perspective that no other human is going to be able to just describe to you. It's not a human experience. And to the individuals who practice these exercises for a significant period of time, at least long enough to realize that something is truly happening, will agree with what I'm saying, that these are truly otherworldly experiences that we are having through natural practices. Like this video if you enjoyed watching, and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, I love you all. Peace.